Hi, I'm Hamilton Perkins. I am founder of Hamilton Perkins Collection, HPC. And today I want to actually go over an article that I think is important because when we look at what's going on in textiles and recycling, at least here in California, being uh, leaders in this space, I think in the US, it really kind of shows sort of where things are as we look around sort of the global landscape, particularly Europe. You can see here Europe and France tighten textile rules, what to know. And so, yeah, let's just jump into it. So, takeaways. Clothes sold in France will carry an eco score showing their environmental impact starting October 1. So, as early as last month, there were more eco scoring to show kind of the impact. So, this in our world starts to really become more uh, of a value when you really think about um, ranking a score higher. And this is already where a lot of our clients find value in what we do because while it does help them to maintain sort of those labeling standards and some of the sort of eco-friendly claiming, this also gives an actual score, which is huge. EU passed a law forcing brands to pay for textile waste with recovery systems due to 2028. Again, EPR and producer responsibility here in California already being a really big topic, but to have a date such as 2028 and going into this that it's going to take time to ramp up and build up production plants, facilities, lines. This is a critical part of this article that you have to take a look at. And then the rules pushing the fashion industry towards recycling, durability, circular design as it struggles to keep up with net zero goals. Yeah, big topic, circular design. I think about starting with the end in mind. So from the materials that are being purchased, the design, the pattern, the tech packs, all of these things are going to have to start really being taken into consideration. Let's see what else is going on in here. So uh, European Union passed directive requiring textile companies to bear the responsibility for what happens to their goods after use, which is, what we're already seeing. Here it is, biggest extended producer responsibility law for fashion following California's similar Responsible Textile Recovery Act of 2024. And so really being a part of this world, that there's a lot that has to happen in order for a lot of this to actually come to fruition in terms of directing, sorting the waste, getting the materials into some form of pilot that is a unit that will make sense for not just speed and timelines, but economics. And yeah, let's see what else it says here. So slash the nearly 7 million metric tons of textile trash generated annually, most of it in households. PROs, it's another really important kind of takeaway from also being at the Trellis Impact conference. This was something that was touched on by one of the panelists. We were talking about PROs and their importance in this process. So a lot of reiteration of what's already happening. Okay. So it will require brands and retailers to pay third parties to handle those clothes, shoes, accessories, blankets, and curtains they have sold. That will fund producer responsibility organizations that collect, sort, reuse, and recycle the materials on the ground. So again, this is really big. I think the more that we know about how these things play out will kind of give us a better sense. But by March 2028, EPR pieces have to be in place. And then you think about businesses selling less than this number here per year have a little bit more of a grace period. So as we know, H&M Foundation is, a big leader in this field, publicly endorsed this. Backers hope that the results will include accelerated investments in recycling, which we're already seeing this. So I think those are kind of like the highlights here. One PRO refashion help collect, almost over quarter million metric tons of some 833,000 tons sold. So, that's a high collection rate. 32% is really good. So I still got to get to 60%. So I think those are really the keys there. Circularity and durability should be built into every stage of the fashion system. Of According to Fashion for Goods Managing Director Katrin Lay, that means products designed to last and be reused, infrastructure that makes repair and recycling accessible, and consumers who can rely on clear, credible information rather than marketing claims. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a really important article. Check this out. If you're interested and you want to learn more about how you might prepare, if you're one of those brands, we would love to learn more about your organization to see if we can work together. We are a circular design company. We turn waste into value for brands and help for this very reason. So reach out, info@hamiltonperkins.com.